Hello everyone, this is Tanushree and welcome back to my YouTube channel. So my page is about easy learning kids activities in a very playful manner, how you can teach your child different activities and how your child can learn various concepts like a tricky concept in a very simpler way. Probably you know me from my Instagram page, that is TANUSHREE.MOMANDMORE. I'll give a link in the description box, so do check it out. So this video is about phonics. I have a 4-year-old child, Sarvam, and I am currently doing a lot of phonic activities with him. We are practicing different kind of activities at home, and this is what I have shared on my Instagram stories, and many more wanted me to share my experience while teaching phonics to Sarvam. So here I am sharing with you all my 1-year experience, like from past 1 year, what are the different activities that I've done with Sarvam, what are the different ways we have engaged into phonics. Before starting this video, subscribe to my channel guys, and share with other moms who require such learning activities. First and foremost, if your child is starting with phonics, I'm assuming that your child already knows uppercase and lowercase letters. You don't want your child to know all the 26 alphabet sounds from A to Z in uppercase, and then later you are introducing lowercase. Now you will introduce all the sounds again from A to Z in the lowercase. What I mean to say is, if you're starting phonics and if you are saying that A sound is A, and your child doesn't know lowercase, so when the lowercases are introduced, you have to again say this is A, so the sound is A. So it becomes really difficult. So you should introduce uppercase and lowercase together, and that A sound is A. A, 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 A. Okay? So this was one of the important things, that your child should know uppercase and lowercase both together, so that when sounds are introduced, they know what are all the sounds from A to Z in uppercase and lowercase both. Okay, so the second step while doing phonics is to know all the sounds from A to Z. Okay, so for this I'm gonna use one book, that is Chicka Chicka Boom Boom. Okay, this is one of the books that I introduced Sarvam at around 2.5 years to recognize all the alphabets in lowercase and uppercase also. So they have uppercase also and lowercases also. Okay, so this is a very fun book to introduce your child to alphabets. Okay, so through this book I'm going to tell you phonic sounds of all the alphabets from A to Z. Let's get started. A, B, K, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, U, X, Y, Z. Okay, so these are the sounds of all the alphabets. So what I did with Sarvam is, when he went to nursery class at 3 years, I waited for school to introduce phonics. Okay, so it was his school teachers who introduced phonics to him. He knew all the sounds through the teachers, okay, not me. I didn't do that. I took time for him to grasp all the sounds from school. So what you can do over here is, you can wait for your child to begin those sounds at school, because school has different way of teaching. Teachers have different way of teaching. They may use some hand gestures to teach particular sounds. Like for example, when I saw that Sarvam is doing like this, so teachers teach in a fun way, which you don't want your child to get confused later on, right? So you can wait for your child to grasp all the sounds at school, and then later on practice at home. Okay, so when I knew that, okay, Sarvam knows all the sounds now, let's practice at home. So what was the first thing that I did is, I just took this book. You get it in Amazon. I'll put link of this book in my description box. It says big worksheet starting school. Okay, it says 4 to 5 years, but it could be started at 3.5, just to introduce certain concepts, not all an entire thing in the book, because it becomes tricky later on. Let's assume that as a mother you don't know any sound, and you're going to YouTube, you're going here and there to watch videos that what are the sounds of different alphabets. I don't want to do it incorrectly with my child. So this book helped me a little bit. Like for example, if you can see near to A, it's written A, not A, right? It's written A, not A-Y. That means it's A, not A. Okay, and over here B, it's written B rather and not B. It's written B and not B. Okay, so for C, it's written K, C-K, K, and not C-S-E-E, not that C. It's written K. So, you know, when Sarvam was saying sounds, I just, you know, saw in these boxes whether he's doing correctly or not. I was not knowing any of the sound. I got to know from Sarvam from this book or maybe through some YouTube videos, okay? I was having zero knowledge about that at that point of time when he was 3 years old, okay? So, yes, this helped a lot. You can check this book out. It might help you also. So, once your child knows all the alphabet sounds, okay, you can keep different activity books with you so that you can have more of phonics practice. So the next thing is I introduced this book which is one of the activity book related to English activities, letter alphabet related activities. It says English for preschoolers. It is by Building Better Minds and it says age group 4 to 6. So again, it says 4 to 6, but you can introduce certain concepts that are easy at 3.5, 3.2, 3, okay? If your child is grasping it, okay, you can move ahead. So in this book, so they have like this, see, A, both are written uppercase and lowercase, and then are given over here pictures. So what starts with A? You know, so apple starts with A. So again over here, I need to take a pause and tell you all that you should not always say that apple, apple, b, ball, ball. So you know, if you do only one thing again and again, that is apple, if you are corresponding apple with A, so every time your child is reading something in front of A, they always see apple, which is actually wrong, okay? For example, sometimes it is written like A, written like this, C-A-T. So child has to read cat, okay, or cat, right? But what happens if you are corresponding a particular picture or a particular thing to that alphabet? What happens is child sometimes read like this, apple, a. You know, they become very slow while catching, while blending the entire. You want them to read cat or cat, right? That. So that's why doing different kind of activities would introduce different kind of pictures, different kind of objects to them relating to one particular alphabet. So that becomes very useful for your child. Over here, child has to color what starts with A, what starts with B, and like that. You can do certain activities, and they have coloring also. So fine motor is also getting developed over here. Again, they have matching with the beginning sound, what starts. For example, now this is goat, so it starts with G, like that. Okay, goat, G, like that. So keep on doing. If you keep on doing certain kind of things with your child, what happens is they become smart related to the sounds. You just don't have to keep on saying b, k. So what is happening? It becomes very boring. You need to introduce something interesting to your child so that your child takes more and more interest in phonics and does lot of activities and becomes smart in that particular concept. Okay, so next is to color those that starts with B. This is bread. So B. So when your child is saying bread, how you can teach beginning sound is bread. So go slow. Tell your child to go slow. Bread, and stop at the initial sound, which is b. So bread. Okay, so such different activities are there in this book which will help you a lot while doing phonics. Okay, this is one part, but I have also done various activities related to phonics on my Instagram page. Now what you can do is simply, without any worksheets, without any books, without watching any videos, what you can simply do is tell your child, what is this? Table. What is the beginning sound? Table. T. Okay, you can say, what is this? Fan. So go slow. What is the beginning sound? Fan. Means F. So likewise, you can just simply pinpoint different objects and randomly while just laying down, playing, or in middle of their activities, it becomes a brain booster for your child to to stop and just think about that particular sound with which that object starts. Okay. Next step, after knowing all the sounds or the beginning sounds, the child is able to capture very clearly, very fluently after a lot of practice. Then comes 2-letter words. Okay, so these are the 2-letter words that you can introduce to your child. I have made a list, but there could be more on that list, on this list, okay, which you can add and teach to your child. So initially we taught like this only, at, okay, like this only I introduced, because I want him to understand from where the sound is coming, how you are blending the 2-letter. So I introduce like this only, at, in, and, like that. Later on, after practicing, now Sarvam can say at, in, and, like that. So if your child once, after practicing lot many times, and trust me when I say lot many times, I actually need to practice every day when a child is catching these 2-letter words. Okay, when you are done practicing these kind of words, you can introduce blending to your child. Okay, now he knew that at means at. He knows this perfectly. So we can do all the words, all the CVC blending words related to at, like p, at, pat, at, mat, at, bat, k, at, cat, likewise. Okay, similarly we did with in, we did with an, egg, on, ag, app, us, as, ought. When we started practicing, on first day Sarvam did these sounds, at, family, and then on another day we revised this and we introduced new one. Likewise, on each day we were introducing new 2-letter family words to him and doing the blending of 3-letter words. Okay, at, hat. So this is how we practice different words. I used to give him different words and he was just trying to blend it together and tell it to me. Okay, so the next thing that I did with him is, I told him that I'll tell you one word, okay, and you break it down on your hand. If I'm telling you pig, okay, so you do like this, p, pig, and try to write it down, each and every sound that comes here. P. So, likewise, this is pig, okay. So now, for example, next word, if I give him lap, okay, so he will break it down, lap, L, A, and P. Okay. Again, over here, we expect child to write lowercase alphabets for these sounds, right? They know how to read lowercase, but for 4-year-old, it's not easy to write lowercase because in school it's not introduced yet. And as a mother, even I have not introduced to him at home. So let's not give that much pressure to your child at 4 years and let them write however they know that particular alphabet at this point of time. Maybe later they can write it in the lowercase when they actually know that particular letter to write. So for example, this is lap. How Sarvam writes right now, if I tell him to write 3-letter word, is in uppercase. Lap. Okay. So this is the next, this is one of the different way that you can do phonics practice at home. So what you can say is to your child, you can say, I'll tell you a word and you will see what sounds come at this particular second letter and you write that letter over here according to the sound. Let's say, if I tell bus, you will do s, bus, what came over here? So means you. Okay, probably your child will write uppercase. That is also fine. It's okay. The second letter I'm gonna tell you is spit. So you tell your child to break it down. P, I. So I. Your child may write lowercase, but it's okay if your child is writing uppercase, which is spit. Okay. So this is how we are practicing it, 3-letter words in different ways. So what you can do over here is, rather than doing the second letter, you can do it the similar way with the first letter or the third letter. Okay. For example, you can write b, and for S, you can just empty the box and give it to your child. So your child will write S, that is S. Likewise, you can do this. So I'm gonna end this video over here. I hope this video was helpful to you guys. So you can drop in the comment section and let me know that what is your doubt and what you want me to clear it out and on what topic you want me to make next video. I'll surely read and reply to you all. Thank you everyone for watching. Until we meet next time, happy parenting guys.